Okay, we are live. All right, everybody, we are back. It is Tape Don't Lie, guys. Your favorite Raiders podcast, favorite Raiders channel, favorite Raiders everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. First time here, hit the subscribe button. Oops, I didn't. Hold on. Subscribe. Go ahead and do that. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. We got Matt Holder here with me, mholder95. Make sure you follow him on Twitter. They just drafted Matthew Butler. Got a good breakdown. He just tweeted out there, so go ahead and read that. And then also BD Williams, who will be here in a second. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be here, and we're gonna be talking about some of these draft picks the Raiders got. I know there's still 2 draft picks left, but they're 7th rounders. So
Hey, seventh rounders are picks too. Okay,
they are. They are. They are. And they might hit on one of them. I don't know. You never know. But kind of cover most of the more the fat of the draft. Let's say that the better parts, right? So, Matt, how are you feeling about this draft so far?
Well, I'm just glad I finally got 2 players that I actually did reports on that they ended up drafting. Like, I mean, it's glad to know I didn't waste the entire last 4 months. But I mean, kind of like we talked about, I'm a little surprised they went 2 defensive tackles and back-to-back defensive tackles just because they did answer the volume problem that I think we all knew they had coming into the pro season or the off season with all their free agent signings, and then still ended up taking more than 2. But I think part of that is they added, like I said, they added the volume, but not quite the quality at that position. So get 2 guys with some upside. I think Farrell. I think if I remember correctly, Farrell, I believe, was I Compton to Jonathan Hankins a little bit. I think he's probably got a little bit more of a pass rush upside than Hankins ended up having, but that's the kind of guy that I feel like is probably a decent player that's been a decent player for the Raiders for years. I think fans can like. Matthew Butler, a little bit more athletic, deceptively strong for being sub 300 pounds. I think the guy's probably going to back up below Nichols at least year one, probably develop a little bit and kind of fill that role a little more upside as a pass rusher, but got to get some technique down. So,
yeah. I really like Farrell. I'm really high on him, so I really love that pick. That was probably one of my favorite picks. I mean, because obviously they really liked him too. They traded back up into the 4th round to take him, so they were obviously a fan of his because I think he has pass rush upside. Because I run defender is already complete, man. I use a beast as a run defender.
Yeah,
probably one of the best run defenders in the draft. One of the just crazy get off. We didn't really know about him when we went to the Senior Bowl. Me and you were like, "Who the hell is that guy?" And the LSU helmet, right? So he caught our eye just from there, and that's why I went and watched him more. And I was like, "Wow, okay." But he has pass rush upside that makes you excited. I feel like he can still push the pocket a little bit good enough. So I really like that pick, man.
Yeah, I was a fan too. It is interesting too, though. It's 2 guys that didn't really have much pass rush production until this past year, and 2 guys that I think took advantage of the extra year with COVID. So a little bit older rookies, guys that are going to come in at 22, 23. I think it looks like Butler's going to turn 23 next month. Let's see, and Farrell's already 23. Going to be 24. Farrell's going to be 24 in September.
Wow.
So a couple older guys, but again, picking this late, guys that can contribute. I mean, of the 2, I think Farrell can probably contribute more right away than Butler will. But again, 2 guys. I'm interested to hear what you have to say about Zamir White. He's obviously a guy to watch much.
Zamir White. My thing with Zamir White is, he just wasn't like a super dynamic back that that I saw. I just saw a good running back. And, he's probably just going to be – I feel like that's what he's going to translate to in the pros is just a good running back. I really see him being a great guy, somebody that's going to, because he doesn't create very much, right? I mean, he bounces off tackles. He can break some tackles in the open field. He has a little bit more speed than I thought his 40 time was a lot faster than I saw on tape. I didn't think he was a 4.4 guy on tape. That was something that I thought was interesting. But I think he's a good running back. I don't know. He was a 2-down back in college. I mean, he can catch the football in college, right? He came in there to run the football, and I think that's what he's good at. And he has good vision, and he's patient too. It's just he can't create that much, right? So he's more of a bruiser type of player. So it's like that because he's gonna run everybody over and he's not gonna care. And that's the type of thing he's kind of weighs on you. But I knew the Raiders were gonna like him because for some reason Josh Daniels has this thing with running backs that are 5'11", 215. I don't know where he finds these guys at, but
That's
and
his
that's what he
type.
was. He's 5'11", 214 and a half. So he's like half a pound off. But
Yeah.
he has some kind of thing with 5'11" running backs. I don't know what that's about. 5'11", 215. That's why he likes Josh Jacobs too. I thought they might like Josh Jacobs a little bit because he actually fits that profile. They probably really liked him in New England too. They probably really saw him as somebody they might bring in there. Because I think did Sony Michelle come out that same year?
Sony, was he?
What year is that?
No.
Because
I think they were like, if they weren't the same year, they were like a year apart.
okay,
I think no, because Sony Michelle was a first round pick. Sony Michelle, I think, was the year before. Yeah, he's 2018. Yeah.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
so
Jacobs
Sony
was
Michelle's year
2019.
before, but like Sony Michelle, he's the same. He's like 5'11", 215. I don't know
Yeah,
what that is
literally
about.
exactly 5'11", 215. I'm looking at it right now on Wikipedia. I
It's
mean,
like I don't know what that's about. So I knew they would like him. So
yeah.
okay.
The only thing that throws me off is that he doesn't like. I was like expecting to pull him up on PFF and like see like his receiving stats be off the chart. That's the only thing that threw me off was that Zamir White, like you said, didn't really catch the ball. But then again, remember that was James Cook's role, and he split
Yeah.
carries with him.
Hmm.
The thing that's interesting to me is like you bring up them liking Josh Jacobs, but this is also coming a day after they announced that they're not picking up Josh Jacobs as a fifth-year
Yeah.
option. We know Jacobs is the zone running back. You go back, you look at McDaniels last year. Nobody ran. I don't think anybody ran more gap runs than the Patriots did. I looked
Hmm.
at Zamir White again. Split carries with James Cook, had the fifth most gap runs out of anybody in the SEC last year. I like this is. I don't mean to say that a fourth round pick is gonna come in and replace Josh Jacobs, but this is a pretty much a sign of like they're not really. To me, it's a sign that they're not really like interested in building around Josh Jacobs or making him a part of the future plans.
Yeah. I think they like Josh Jacobs, but Josh Jacobs is hurt all the time. That's probably. I mean, that's the
Exactly.
biggest
Yeah.
fact. Josh Jacobs is
Yeah.
hurt all the time. That's why he didn't get his option.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't. That's why they are drafting. Zamir White,
Zamir White with their
who
second
has
pick of the draft.
right. So that's
Yeah.
kind of telling you that they feel like they might have to pass up on him or they might let him go because he's just injured all the time, And who knows? I mean, Josh might come out and try to have a big year, but I think White is I think he is the replacement. I feel like they drafted him in the fourth round
I think
to
so.
replace Josh Jacobs for sure. Because his lead back is always 5'11", 215. So I mean, Damian Harris is 5'11", 215. It's crazy. I don't know. I
Well,
don't know what that's about. But I see. Is he upgrade over Josh Jacobs? That's tough
I
for me
mean,
to
let me put it this way: if he's an upgrade over Josh Jacobs, we wouldn't be talking about him being a fourth round pick.
Yeah, he's not. I
I
don't know if he's
mean,
an upgrade over
let's
Josh
put a
Jacobs.
little bit of respect on Josh Jacobs' name.
Yeah, because a lot of people disrespect
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs. I know he's injured all the time, and I get
Yeah.
it. But I mean, he literally was a consensus first round pick. Like the Eagles were going to take him after the Raiders. So that Josh Jacobs is he's injured all the time. That's really his biggest problem. Is like he's not
Yeah. I
healthy.
mean, even when he's healthy, he's still hurt.
Yeah,
Like
he's hurt all
even
the time. Like,
beginning of last year, he was
first
hurt.
game of the year,
Yeah.
first run somebody over and then his shoulders out. Like it's just that's my problem. That's the biggest problem with Josh Jacobs. I
Yeah.
see who's the
Legit.
pass pro running back. I think it's Bolden, right? It would be Bolden, and Kenyon Drake. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It probably be
What's
Bolden.
Jacob Johnson,
No, Jay, it's
the
Bolden.
fullback,
It'll be Bolden.
Bolden?
Yeah, yeah, it's Bolden for sure.
So Bolden's
Um,
just so if this is the thing that I'm like struggling. If Bolden's the pass catcher and the pass blocker, why is Drake still on the team? Like who's the third down back? Like are
I
they
think
gonna
Drake is there to teach the guys the offense because he ran this
is
offense. He knows the
Drake is
language.
Kenny Drake going to be the Travis
He's
Etienne
still
of
there.
this team? He's just going
I
to be the
think,
slot receiver.
I don't know, man. Maybe he might. I don't know because they like to do like the whole 21 personnel like out of shotgun. So
Mm-hmm.
like they'll have Bolden block and then have Drake like run a wheel,
Yeah,
right? And then but while Bolden stays in and blocks, they like to
right.
do things like that where they play 21 personnel and they have kind of a mixture of what they like to do,
Yeah,
right? So I think that's where Bolden comes in because that's a damn good question. I don't know who else is going to block behind besides him. So
yeah. Because I mean, and that's the other thing is they're the one of the few teams with two fullbacks too.
mhm.
So it's I don't know. I mean,
I don't know what
it's
they want to be
a lot of
versatile
broad.
at they want to be versatile at any point, so they have any type of game plan. I feel like because I feel like if you have a bunch of running backs, then you can run the ball against a team that's not good stopping the run. You got a team that's better at passing or stopping the run there or passing. You can pass on them all game. So
Yeah,
you have to kind of mix it up, and I feel like they feel like they have that versatility, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, but I really like what we're doing here. I really like where we're
Oh,
going with these draft picks. I don't feel like I feel like we the last 4 years we always were a little confused. So yeah, we're
yeah.
always
Well, it helps without having a first round reach.
yeah, no Cleveland Farrells.
Yeah.
Poor Cleveland. Yeah. All right, man. What else? What else? So let's talk about this. They got the seventh round picks, right? Um, I don't even know who's on the board right now. I know Darian Beavers went to the Patriots. You
Yeah,
know, um, so
we're getting down into it because we're what like midway. We're not even pick 200 yet, so we've got a while uh till the Raiders can be on the board. But I mean, I don't know. Is it, at least positionally, what do you think? You think it's still a corner? I mean, Mario Goodrich is the one guy that I think feel like is still out there that they've had interest in. Was an interesting guy.
yeah, Mario Goodrich is still on the board.
Let me see. Let me double check, but I don't feel like I've heard his name.
I haven't heard his name either. Cade Mays go?
I don't know about Kate Rage either.
Yeah, Cade Mays is still out there. Why is Cade Mays falling? Matt, you tell me. Why is Cade Mays falling? Why do you think?
I didn't get a chance to watch Cade Mays. I think I just remember him from the Senior Bowl and him getting demolished. I think in my charting, I think he was literally at the bottom. So I think he struggled there.
Mm,
I don't know of how much there was like there was a lot of hype about Cade Mays like last year. I feel like, and then I think he
okay.
kind of just fell off. But during this year, I don't think he was ever expected to go very high.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
did
because
you watch?
I like Cade Mays' tape. He
Gotcha.
definitely he's a mean guy. Pancakes and a lot. He had a really good game against Pittsburgh. I really like this tape. That's what it's interesting that he's still there. And because they're
Yeah,
taking punters and stuff. They're
yeah,
taking
a couple punters and kickers.
punters and kickers.
Yeah,
It's wild out here. Are there any good QBs left? I mean, EJ Perry's still out there. I'm an
Carson
EJ Perry.
Strong, I think still.
Yeah, yeah, but I like EJ Perry, bro. I'm an EJ Perry guy.
Where's EJ Perry from again? Remind me.
Brown, yeah, he
Oh
he
yeah,
switched
yeah.
running
That's the
game.
guy that they visited with him, right?
Yeah, he
That's
is a
right. Yeah.
cannon and great mechanics, and he's pretty accurate. I mean, I haven't watched his all 22 yet because I don't know where I'm going to find Brown all 22 at.
I don't know where. I'm surprised you found Brown tape at all. Like I don't even think I bothered. Like at least if it's going to be an Ivy, at least like I would have a decent shot at like a Harvard or a Yale or like maybe even a Princeton. But Brown, that's props if you can find that. If you can even find broadcast
YouTube.
tape.
That's all I have is YouTube, man. I cannot find all 22 on there. Is there any more edge rushers? I think our whole big board is gone. Let me check this out. So linebacker and safety. I see somebody asked about linebacker and safety. I don't know what linebackers are left. Let me see what we got here. Let's look at this board here, Matt. So I mean, K Mays is still there. All these other guys are gone.
You know
I
who's
was
still
kind of.
on the?
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say Kellen Desich, Arizona
Yeah.
State defensive tackle, still out there. Jermaine Slater, or Jameer Slater, Sailor, excuse me, from Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
still on the board. JoJo Dorman, linebacker. Justin
Okay.
Ross,
Wide receiver. Yeah. The Raiders visited
Tariq
with him.
Castro.
The Raiders had a formal interview with Ross at the combine.
Interesting. Let's see.
Yeah. So I mean, that could be an
I
option
mean,
at seventh round too.
yeah. The other guy I'd be interested in too to keep an eye on is Tariq Castro Fields. He was another guy from the Senior Bowl. That
Wow.
was
He's
a
still on
good
the board
corner. I feel
too.
like, and I think Test is out of the roof. I feel like he had a really low 40s time, if I remember
Why are the
correctly.
people taking punters over these guys? This is crazy. He's still there?
Who are you looking at?
Wow. Um, I can't believe that Tariq Castro is still there.
Yeah. Did
Wow.
Josh Jobe too?
Yeah, Josh Joby's still there. Yeah, Donovan West. Did you watch Donovan West?
No, I didn't. I
Yeah,
just stuck to the tackles.
you see. Oh, they messed you over, man. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, I know. Like we were talking about yesterday. Now they're not going to take a single one. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh man, it's all right, man.
I'm not mad about it or
All
anything.
right, all right, all right. It's all right. You'll be all right, man. That's
Let's
terrible,
see.
dude. I can't believe they're not gonna take a single tackle.
Yeah.
All right, Emerson. All these guys are gone. Where's the tournament? I don't know where that's at, but yeah. I mean, Carson Strong is still out there. I mean, we had him on the board. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, Cade Mays is somebody that I really like, but because he brings versatility. He's from Tennessee, big school, all those
Yeah.
things.
He's
Really
a
like Cade Mays,
guard
but
tackle guy, I think, too, right?
yeah, guard
Guard
tackle,
tackle.
played guard as a junior, played tackle this past year. So he brings the versatility. So somebody that I really like, but I don't know. I feel like they've been waiting to draft a quarterback, and that's why I think they're going to take. I think they're going to take EJ Perry instead of because
Take Perry.
yeah, I really like Perry. So man, it's not because like I said, I have all 22. I have no idea what he could do like with his mind, but it's just a talent. He's an
He's
athletic.
got the arm.
Arm is crazy. Yeah, because he went to
Well,
Boston College. He got recruited by Boston
okay.
College, and he went to Brown with his dad, his uncle. His uncle was the coach at Brown, so he went to Brown. But I think he wanted to play basketball too, and they wouldn't let him play basketball at Boston College because he played basketball at Brown and football.
What year did he transfer from Boston College?
So
Like
he
how long?
played 2 years. He played 2 years at Brown, and he was
Gotcha.
Ivy
They
League.
I was gonna say they also brought in Phil Yurkich too around that time too. Boston
Yeah,
College from Notre
yeah, they
Dame.
did. hmm Which I mean, hey, I guess he's a little more higher recruit, but because I think EJ was like a 2 star, like Phil was like a 5 star, I think, wasn't he? And something
Yeah, he
like
was a
that.
Notre Dame transfer.
Yeah, yeah, right. So,
Yeah.
so he went to Brown, and he had a great East-West Shrine game. That's the thing. That's what really started his buzz. Was he was like the best player there, and yeah.
In
So that's
Vegas.
why I really like him. Yeah, in Vegas. I don't know, man. We'll see with that though. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I still think they might target a quarterback here, or I mean, they're going to get somebody undrafted. They're going to bring someone because I know Nick Mullins is the backup, but I don't know. I don't feel too comfortable with that. I'd rather have some kind of young guy that might develop, and then you know that'd be my theory with there. So, but
What do you think about what's just named Akil Glass? You get a chance to watch him from was it Alabama A&T?
yeah, Akil Glass is that's what I say that'd be a undrafted guy. That'd
Yeah.
be undrafted guy too, but you know. And I will say, like drafting, too many holes to fill. I mean, it's the seventh round, guys. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to fill any holes. that's why
I,
you take like a backup quarterback. I mean, because a backup quarterback is a hole to
yeah.
me, in my opinion. I know people like Nick Moles, but
I mean,
man,
I've always looked at it as like I feel like Nick Mullins, you can go 500 with Nick Mullins. But I mean,
yeah,
let's be honest. Like if Derek Carr gets hurt, they're kind of screwed anyway.
they're screwed anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the Tom Moore quote about Peyton Manning?
Oh yeah.
Why doesn't Peyton Manning's backups get any reps? Because if 18 goes down, we're fucked, and we don't practice fucked.
100% truth right there. That is truth. Yeah, I see. Only DB that had a visit that didn't get picked is Mario Goodrich. He's the one that's left. So I think that might be a target at seventh round too. Which that's a steal, bro. At seventh round, steal.
Well, yeah, I was looking it up. I forgot he had like an injury history that he had an injury at like, the Senior Bowl, like hurt his ribs or something like
hmm
that, and like I think he might have had to have surgery or something about it or something for it, but kept him out of all the testing, which is it's seeming to be quite the big deal. So no testing
Testing.
numbers. Wasn't
Yeah,
a guy that I was overly impressed with in man coverage, and then more of a zone guy. So I think people going to hold that against him. But I
yeah,
mean, was a first team All ACC corner opposite Andrew Booth. So
yeah.
but
I don't know. Yeah, because if you I don't know. I thought he was a little better than seventh round though, like sixth
Oh
round,
yeah.
fifth round. There's some other corners that went over him that I didn't think are better than him. I mean, just Tariq Castro Fields being like his game against Ohio State, you know, against
Hmm.
Ohio State and him doing really well against Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave is kind of weird to me that he's not going higher. Then with his athletic profile, I
Yeah,
wonder if he has injuries or something too. So that's just
yeah,
weird.
that's an interesting one too because he killed it at the Senior Bowl. He was another guy that was like one of the better ones in the one on ones from the DBs. I mean, and I think he especially did well in the goal line if I remember. Let me see.
Hmm.
Is he tiny though? That's I feel like the one thing.
Uh, yeah. I mean, he's a little shorter. He's a little shorter, but he's not like Marcus Jones small. You
Gotcha.
know,
Yeah, that
Marcus Jones went right before the Raiders in the third round, and he's 5'8"
true.
with shoulder issues. You know, he went
Yeah,
before Tariq Castro Fields.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Castro Fields 6'1". Never mind. I'm
yeah. He's 6'1", was a 4'3", and it has good tape against top competition. So he must be hurt.
hurt or something. Didn't do anything but the 40 though at the combine, which I feel like almost is a bigger red flag than just running it and getting a bad time at this point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Is there any speedy wide receivers left? Oh, Bo Melton. I mean, I see Bo
Yeah,
Melton. Yeah,
Bowman
Bo
Elton.
Melton's probably the only one, which I like Bo Melton in the seventh round. I think that's a good value for
Yeah,
him too. I think he's. I don't know. I think his tape is better than what they're falling. Than he's
yeah.
falling. Or some wide receivers went above him. That I mean, Tyquan Thornton went at 50. Man, I still can't believe that.
But here's the thing: we got Josh McDaniels in the building. Slade Bolden still available.
Don't go there, man. Oh man, that would be hilarious. Because I've been thinking about that too. Like, because I really feel like there's a little bit of a war between the Patriots and the Raiders right now because they took Marcus Jones right there, right at 85.
Hmm.
Because I thought, okay, they took Marcus Jones. They've been looking at Marcus Jones or whatever, and they take him. And then I think the Raiders actually traded up in front of the Patriots for Neil Farrell. I think, um, if I believe,
A little
I might
back
be
and
wrong
forth.
there. There's a little back and forth. So that's Slade Bolton, man. I know there's gonna be a fight for Slade, Mr. coming from Alabama, great slot receiver.
Luckily, the
So
Raiders have two seventh round picks, so they can trade up.
yeah, yeah, I don't know.
Playing chess here.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know, but because they're still post free agency. I know some players still out there too. So we'll see where they
Yeah,
go with trying to add depth because they have not filled out this roster to 90 yet, and that's the
I
thing that
mean,
I talk about a lot. So
right now they could still use a safety, and
yeah,
they've been in Honey Badger talks for a while.
I know he still hasn't signed either.
He still hasn't signed, and they haven't drafted one.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Hmm.
maybe. Yeah,
Well,
we'll
I
see.
mean, yeah, there's tight end too. Tight end's a one, but they brought in a bunch of tight ends, but they haven't done anything like that. I was surprised they didn't take any tight ends after all the ones they looked at. I mean, there's still James Mitchell's still out there, which I hope they don't take James Mitchell. Uh, I didn't like his tape.
Yeah, I was surprised that I was in the same boat too. I thought they might, especially might take Isaiah Likely. Let's say he was kind of sliding on. He ended up being a fifth round pick, right? Or
Hmm.
did he go in the fourth? Yeah, I was
Yeah,
surprised. I would have been. I was more surprised at Zamir White than I would have been if they had taken Isaiah Likely in the fourth when they did there.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I would have felt like that would have been the bigger need, quote unquote. I
I thought it
think.
was interesting that they liked White over Spiller. That's what I thought. I didn't think they liked White over Isaiah Spiller. And I know White is faster, but I mean, he hasn't really cared about speed with the other guys at the 40 times. So I
Not
thought
only
they go ahead.
go ahead. I was just saying. Not only that, they traded ahead. They traded up to get ahead of the Chargers, who ended up taking Spiller right after them.
Yeah, so the Chargers about to take White, and they had some kind
I
of
mean, yeah, or at least they were at least. It seems like they were at least worried about it. You know what I mean? If they're trying to get ahead of them and they go back to back same positions, like they really liked White. Then
yeah,
is what I'm saying.
they knew something, and they really liked White, and they I think they knew the Chargers were probably going to take a running back at that point,
Mhm.
and they're like, okay, let's not even have give them the choice to take White, and then we're left without the guy that we want. So it's interesting, but I thought they would like Spiller more because I think Spiller's a better running back, but Hey, I might be wrong. They might be smarter than me. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see with that. What else we got here? I agree. Our front office is better this year. This is not nothing. I don't feel like bad about anything else. I haven't watched
It
Marquise
feels.
Ball. Have you watched Marquise Ball?
I have not. Was he? He's a HBU guy, right?
Yeah,
I can picture
HBCU.
the mascot, but I cannot think of the school right now. Florida A&M.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yes,
Yes,
there we go. I
yes.
knew I'd get
Well,
it.
this is a good question, Matt. What first rounder would Gruden and Mayock have reached for if they were running this draft?
I They might have made the no, because he wouldn't go to a big enough school. I was going to say Tyler Smith, but um, let's see. I don't know. It's tough because there would have been a lot of reaches. Let me take a look. Go back down. Let's see.
Cole
What
Strange.
Cole Strange? Well, I was gonna say they might have taken Tyler Smith, but again, the big school. I feel like that's got to be the key. Let's go. I'll go to the third round right here and see if we can
Okay.
find someone.
Oh
All
man.
right. I got it. Just
Okay.
because I hated this guy and a lot,
Uh-huh.
and there was a little bit split. Nicholas Petit Free, that would have been the pick.
The guy from Ohio State, the tackle.
The guy from Ohio State, yeah, the
Wow.
tackle who got demolished by Aiden Hutchinson, David Ojabo, and Arnold at BK, and had terrible feet, but was a good run blocker. Sound familiar?
Yeah, yeah. Um,
So
I
Nicholas,
saw.
I'm planting my flag in that one. Ended up
Yeah.
going third round Titans.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That I would be pissed. So that's a good reach.
Yeah,
Injury history for Zamir White. I think. Yeah, and I saw he had two ACL surgeries when he was younger. I know he hasn't been injured really the last two seasons. I don't believe. I could be wrong about that, but I mean, in the fourth round, I mean, if you have injury history, I mean, it's not a bad spot for you to take in the fourth
he's
round. So
he's also a guy like kind of we were saying, split carries has like a little bit more tread on the tires kind of deal, and that's what the Pats looked for last year in running back with Ramondre Stevenson, who was kind of in a
mm,
similar situation, like another one of a guys that's getting in, guys that was in the mix at Oklahoma, and kind of like what Zamir White was, and was the gap runner of the two. So kind of an interesting that they are still following that model.
yeah,
Probably could have studied that more often. Yeah,
yeah. Damian Harris split. You know, he split
split
carries too.
carries.
Sony Michelle split carries. It's a thing. I'll tell you, running back was the really easiest thing to pick for them. It was
I
two.
wonder too if that's part of the reason why they went with White over Spiller.
Yeah, there you go.
It,
You figured it out.
Another trend. They like the guys, which not a bad strategy. Those guys are usually going to last a little bit longer. You know what I
hmm
mean? That's part of the problem with drafting running backs is can their bodies hold up to make it to that second contract, like what we are talking about with Josh Jacobs. So
Yeah, because I mean, you could look at Alvin Kamara too. Man, Alvin Kamara didn't get a lot of carries, and you know he hasn't got injured a lot. He hasn't been. He's been playing. He's been
no,
healthy most of his career. So, and he ended up getting a big contract and being a steal in the third round. So, I mean, it kind of is a good strategy, a way to look at things, and
yeah,
kind of okay, this guy doesn't have a lot of tread in his tires. We can make it happen with him. So,
yeah,
yeah, it's interesting. But I mean, I know he does have those injury concerns, and you know, some people are kind of weird about that. But
yeah,
I really like some of these picks, man. You know, it, it, I think the probably the pick that I didn't like the most was Zamir White. If I'm being honest,
yeah,
just because I thought the Spiller's better, but I knew they would like him, so I'm indifferent about it because I knew that would be somebody that was on the radar. I just didn't know they'd trade up and be that
yeah.
excited.
Do all
But
that.
yeah, but you know, just now, you know, this especially just makes sense with the whole committee thing. So he came from a committee. Now he understands the committee. He's not going to be one to rock all the time. He understands that he
Yeah,
maybe not be there out there on third down. So
yeah.
it'll be
I was just gonna say, I think for me, it's like I don't mind it. Like I don't mind picking up a running back, like what you're talking about. Like it's all good. It's just like you said, trading out for one, and like we are talking about at the beginning, like there were a lot of other spots where I felt like they could have, like safety, maybe even corner, gotten a guy like
mhm.
I think Tariq Woolen still on the board by then, or had he gone
Yeah,
to Seattle? Yeah, so he
yeah,
was still on the board. Would
Hmm.
have liked to see him. He was one of my favorites in this class, but not a terrible pick, but definitely same boat. That's definitely gonna be my least favorite. But
Yeah.
what'd you say your favorite? I feel like we're gonna have the same. What?
My favorite's Farrell. I mean, that's my
Yeah,
favorite
I'm gonna
pick.
sit Farrell. Yeah,
Yeah, I think Parham's a close second. I think Parham was a really good pick too. I really
yeah,
like that pick, and I think he's gonna be a good player. And all the offensive linemen, online were excited about it, which made us feel even better about it.
yeah,
So I think that's gonna help. But I think Farrell's the biggest. I think he's a starting nose tackle.
yeah.
So
Well, also the oldest, so should come in most experienced and be able to start right away. But yeah,
yeah,
I'm curious. Have you been able to dive into much Barnum's tape? I started watching. I watched his game against Houston this past year, where we went up against Logan Hall and actually held zone pretty well in the pass
yeah.
pro.
No,
So
after 4 hours shot live stream, man, I was ready to go to sleep, so I didn't get to get to Parham yet.
gotcha. Yeah,
But I
yeah,
will. But I will. I'll definitely get
yeah.
him because I got. I mean, I already kind of broke down Zamir White. I mean, I have a lot of clips of him. Um, that I don't even know if maybe I got on my computer I could show real quick. But I got a lot of clips of him, so I've watched him a lot. So
Nice.
I have good familiarity with him
Hmm.
because once basically what happened was when Josh McDaniels made that comment about running backs and not having a lot of injuries and so you always have to have a lot. That's when I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna draft one. So I kind of went and just want to try to figure out what they like
Yeah.
and yeah and I watched him and I really wanted Damian Pierce. That's who I really wanted.
Yeah.
That was like he fit the mold and he had really great tape. So, but I think he went to what team did he go to?
Do you go to
He went,
Washington? I think.
yeah, something
No.
like that. Yeah, yeah. He went pretty good. So I was disappointed in that, but um, I I I, I understood. I understand the draft pick, but it doesn't mean I'm really too excited about it.
Yeah.
Uh, so ask you guys a couple questions while I pull up some of these. I'm trying to pull up some Zamir White while you answer some of these questions. Is it crazy to think Leatherwood's moving back to right tackle, considering how much he weigh, and he's dropped and drafting a guard. I would assume that he is. I don't know about you, Matt.
Yeah, I would assume that this pick to it. I mean, kind of always felt like it from the moment the season ended. Like their pick was going to determine what are going to be a one way to for them to show us what they want to do with Alex Leatherwood. And I guess they're just going to kick him outside to tackle because again,
Mm,
Parnham, from everything we're seeing, is he's probably more of an interior guy. That's kind of what I was seeing a little bit last night when I was watching him too. But
yeah.
I mean, Barnum can play tackle. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go back to his 2020 or 2021 tape, no 2020 tape, and see what he did out there. But yeah, I would think they're gonna move Leatherwood back out there. Maybe have him and Parker in a competition. And I think again the biggest thing to remember here is this is not the regime that drafted and spent the first round pick on Leatherwood, so
Yeah.
might not feel as tied to him.
Exactly. I agree with that. So,
Yeah.
um,
What about you? Do you?
yeah, I agree with that. Because,
Yeah.
but I still think they really like Leatherwood though. I still think
Yeah.
they're probably high on him coming out. So,
No, I'm
um,
not, and I don't mean to say that they aren't that they don't like him. It's just saying if they wanted to keep him at guard, I think they would have gone with a tackle with their first pick because they had the options there if they wanted it. So
exactly. Um, let's see. If we got any other questions in here? Any safeties left the Raiders could draft? I saw Bubba Bolden from Miami, so that's somebody I haven't watched Bubba Bolden. That's where BD comes in with the safeties. He can tell you more about the safeties. I know he checked them all out. Um, but I know about the Bubba Bolton, but Tyron Matthews still out there, and he perfectly fits what they want to do. And you kind of see how much money they have left there. And
yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I'm looking at it right now on PFS Big Board that's updated. There's actually some decent value at safety. Ron McKinley from Oregon, guy
okay,
that a lot of people thought might have been a fifth round pick, could maybe slide to the seventh. Yusuf Corker, excuse me, from Kentucky, another guy.
mhm.
Leon O'Neal, more of probably not a great fit for the Raiders, more of a box safety if I can remember. So yeah, but yeah, there's some decent safeties still out there. Sterling
Okay,
Weatherford from Miami, Ohio, Bubba Bolden. So options.
yeah. Cade Mays just went to the Panthers, so that he's off the board.
Gotcha.
Let me
Shed a
see.
tear.
Whoo-hoo. Let me see. I see a question about Jacobs. If Josh Jacobs had a good year, does he? as a rookie? I don't think so. I don't think he gets this extension. I feel like they're kind of done with him. It's just a draft pick of trade. It would be different if they like waited and took Zamir White, but they traded up. They're like, we need Zamir White, so it's like, you know,
Yeah,
Josh Jacobs have like 1,500 yards to kind of get re-signed, in my opinion. It's
I
gonna
yeah, I think this is probably his last year.
It's probably his
Like,
last year
like if
for
he's
sure.
gonna get, I mean, just looking at the market, like he gonna get what 10 million a year? You think probably just from a market standpoint off the bat?
Whew, man, yeah. I mean, he's at least getting 8. I think Josh Jacobs is a
Yeah,
good back. He
he would
deserves
have gotten
8.
8 on the fifth year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
right.
I would think he'd probably push for top 8, top 10 money. I would imagine.
Exactly, and they're not gonna pay him that. So let's keep it real. Can or should Andre James be replaced? I don't know if you want to ask me that because I'm gonna say yes. Matt, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, he can. I mean, he can. Parnham can replace him.
hmm
He's not. I mean, I do say like Andre James, I thought got better. It's not to say that Andre James is some guy that they can't upgrade over. I watched Tyler Linderbaum for that reason in this draft class, just because I thought he'd be an upgrade over him. But he
hmm
can. I think James has at least progressed to the point where basically the other 3 spots that they really need were more important to address than to try and fix James. That was kind of my approach with the whole offseason with at least looking at centers where it's like, yeah, they can do better than James, but they can also do a lot better at the spots that they're weak at. So
Yeah,
maybe they allocate the resources there. And then if things firm up, then we can go reevaluate James in the offseason.
yeah, and I think James definitely did not play well enough to not have competition. So
Yeah.
and everybody says Parham's a center. I mean, they say that he's play guard or center, but then they said they're cross training every single guard. All the interior linemen are getting cross trained, which I thought was
Yeah.
an interesting comment. But that's their plan. They're cross training all those players. So I mean, Parham's going to get a chance at center. He's going to get a chance at guard. I think he's going to get a bigger chance at center because I think I
Yeah.
mean he played at the Senior Bowl for a reason. When you play that's why they had Zion play center too, because they were trying to make sure that okay if we don't have a center or something, we could just put Zion in there and have him play
Yeah.
center. You know he's gonna play guard though. But
Learn how to snap the ball. I mean, thinking it out, would you say this is the ideal, or what would you say the ideal Raiders starting 5 up front is this year?
my opinion,
Colton
it'd be
Miller obviously at left.
Colton Miller, it'd be John Simpson, and it'd be Parham, and then it would be either Luminor, and then it would be Leatherwood at right tackle. That's what I would do. But
So putting James on the bench, and what's going on with Denzel Good then?
I think Denzel Good is the safe guy. So I mean,
Gotcha.
I feel like you have a Luminor and Good battle for right guard, right? So you have them battle for right guard because I think that's because Denzel Good, he played right guard when in 2020. That's where he mainly played. He didn't play left guard. He played right guard, and then moved to left guard and he gets hurt. So
Yeah,
right, so and people think it's easy to just go from right guard to left guard. It's just not. It's
no,
not that
yeah.
easy. It doesn't. So and he's played right guard for most of his career too. So he is a right guard, and
Okay,
I think him and Luminar should battle it out, and then that's what should happen. If he beats out Luminar, then he beats out Luminar. But
yeah,
I think Denzel Good has been a backup offensive lineman his whole career, and I don't think you should expect him to be a legitimate starter for a long period of time. Right, and I mean, John Simpson to me is all upside, and if they fix John Simpson, he's gonna be really good. But if they don't, he's not gonna be good. So we'll see. We'll
yeah. I
see
mean,
how
the
that
one thing,
goes.
yeah, I get the feeling for next year, I'd probably, I mean, at least roll with Good if I'm gonna over Simpson if I'm making a pick right now. But the one
hmm
thing I do think that helps Denzel or John Simpson's uh, in this next scheme is like he was a much better pass blocker, right, than run blocker last year, and now he's
100%.
playing in a gap system that is a better fit, and that was his better fit coming out of Clemson. Whereas the last 2 years they've tried to make him a zone blocker, and he's just not
Yeah,
that kind of guy.
he's not that kind of guy.
Yeah,
So yeah, yeah.
could help out, but
Guys laughing at me because I thought Parham was a center because that's all he played at the Senior Bowl. So he's laughing at me.
what's up? Yeah,
This
someone's
guy's
laughing at
laughing
you
at me. because that's all you played the Senior Bowl. My
Whoops.
bad. uh, yeah. So, but yeah, you're right about that. I think that's true too. It's a better fit for Simpson. I didn't really think about that. I didn't even take that approach. But yeah, the gap
Yeah.
scheme, the everything he does a whole lot better running gap schemes, 100%.
Yeah.
And he was he actually finished the year pretty good as a pass blocker.
Yeah.
So you know, yeah. And yeah, everybody says he's a center. So I don't know. Like Jenna Jeremiah said that. Jason Kelsey said that. Every offensive lineman says it.
This is center.
I'm not gonna argue with that. But yeah. So, but I really, like I said, I think that would kind of be the thought process of their offensive line, and we'll see though. We'll see how that goes. Because I mean, we don't even know how they feel about Denzel Good. You know.
True. True. And I feel like Good too. If you put Good on the bench, he could be your sixth offensive lineman because he can play a little bit of tackle too in a pinch. Not somebody that you rely on, but
Mm-hmm.
if I remember correctly, for a few weeks, I feel like a couple of years in 2020, he played some tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he played tackle in 2020, but he played as the Patriots, but he was bad that game. Chase Winovich was kicking his butt.
gotcha.
Because that's my problem with Good is pass protection. I don't think he's good at pass protection.
Yeah.
That's
Gotcha.
just that's you have to make the decision. That's when you play him. Like, what are we gonna do,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So yeah, but I see somebody talking about gap system. But yeah, you take Dylan Parham, and then that's pretty much saying you're playing the gap system a lot too. You know,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, and I did notice what you're talking about too. Minnesota or Memphis's offense is the inside zone gap scheme.
exactly. Told you inside zone's asking, bro.
Yeah,
Which is interesting too, because Josh Jacobs is really good at inside zone. He is a
yeah,
good inside zone back. Um, it's more just like when there's the guys pulling. Can he be patient enough to let guys pull and things like that? Which I think Zamir White will be better at. Zamir White is better at being patient and letting guys pull, letting the blocks develop, and then he makes his moves. I think that's what he is good at. He's really patient, and that's what I really
yeah.
like about him. I think that'd be the main difference there. But yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. What else you got, man? Is this draft moving? Are we in the sixth round yet?
We are in the sixth. We just hit 200, but we've got a while to go. We got
And
some
they're moving.
time.
They're moving so slow this
Yeah,
day too,
I
man.
dude. The thing that's been killing me this year is like all the theater around the picks. Like you had the dude from Blue Mountain State taking 2 minutes yesterday to announce Andrew Booth as the pick, and like they keep panning elsewhere. It just takes freaking forever to make one goddamn like. I feel like one pick is in, or they announce one pick, and then the next team has like 2 minutes on the clock with how long it takes between them.
it's, it's just way too long, man. It's way
Yeah,
too long. Let me see if I can just pull up some Samira White here or something. Uh,
let's talk. We can talk too a little bit. I feel like we haven't talked much about Matthew Butler. Have you get a
okay, yeah,
chance to watch him
we
at all?
haven't talked about him really at all. So,
Yeah, I was gonna
so,
say.
so give your thoughts because I mean you watched him. I know you did a breakdown, so maybe you can give your thoughts on Matthew Butler and what he brings to the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, like I think I was talking about it a little bit at the beginning. Similar to Farrell with a really good get off. That was one of the things that really stood off the page.
Mm-hmm.
Decently athletic dude. With him, it was consistency. You'd see a couple of like really flash plays where like he's like getting a great leverage, getting a good extension, and like almost teach tape type material, and then he just disappear for like for like two more drives where you just didn't see him. Part of it was effort, I think, a little bit too. He's not like a high motor guy that's going to go around and get a bunch of coverage sacks. What I was talking about at the beginning, same thing with Farrell. Didn't really produce as a pass rusher until that fifth year. Going to be another older rookie. But again, a guy that's two things: one, a good athlete or a decent athlete for the position, and two, deceptively strong. So again, another guy that you bet on the trades. You get a guy in the fifth round. I think I put a fourth round grade on him. So about
Mm-hmm.
are a little bit better value than what I was anticipating. And I think that's where a lot of people had him. So a guy that I think you can develop, maybe more of a rotational piece that it might be end up being his ceiling. But again, a guy that comes in, can contribute, has upside, will be the backup to Bilal Nichols, probably be one of the better pass rushers, even though there's not a whole lot going on at that position for the Raiders to come out. So
Yeah, yeah. So I wonder how much run the Bilal Nichols is going to get. I mean, I guess he's the only three technique right now I can think of, right? He's the only one.
He is, and he's the highest paid one, like significantly out of the bunch, because the rest of the guys are like vet minimum guys.
Oh wow! So they must
Yeah,
really like him. Interesting.
yeah, they really like. Well, he makes like 5.5, and I think
Mm-hmm.
like maybe Vernon Butler makes 2.5, something like that. Like they did not spend a ton of money at defensive tackle this
I'm not a big
offseason.
Vernon Butler fan. I forgot he was there. I'm not a big Vernon Butler fan either. So
He
I
was
don't
he
know.
was a guy that was like when they signed him, it was like, oh, I haven't heard that name in a while. Type of guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Any other thoughts on Butler, bro?
I mean,
That's
not
a
too
good
much.
question.
That's kind of it. Yeah, it was like that was the biggest thing. The biggest thing with him is consistency. Like he'll have plays where, again, like I said, he'll look like your prototype defensive tackle, and then he'll just kind of disappear. It was kind of it's interesting. It was like exciting and flashes, and then boring to watch his tape. So, but
Yeah, that's what a lot of players are boring to watch their tape this year, man. I swear.
yeah,
It was. This
yeah.
draft is
Fair
interesting,
point.
man. It was a struggle. My man Ray the Tape, you got a question. What was about Spiller you liked more than White? It's more about creating. I'm a big guy with if I'm going to take a running back high, like in the second or first round, even maybe the third, you got to be able to create on your own, and that's kind of my big thing. Like if the play breaks down, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna, can people tackle you? Are you gonna make people miss? And you're gonna make something of your own? I think it's you want to see that in college because that's something that the best running backs in the NFL they can do that, right? So if you think about all the best quarterbacks, all the best running backs you can think of in your brain, if something bad happens, right? And there's a bust in the run, they can make the first guy miss, find a way to get 5 yards. That's what you like about Spiller, and I think that's the difference between White and Spiller. That's why I like Spiller higher. That's why I was super high on Damian Pierce too, because Damian Pierce basically was making something out of nothing half the time he was running the football. So that's why I really liked him. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you're not gonna have perfect blocking every single time. So
And I mean, Zamir White had. I mean, I guess Kenyon. I guess CJ Spiller had a pretty good offensive line with Kenyon Green. I feel like they had a couple guys up front, but I was gonna say Zamir White played Brown, a bunch of other guys that were going to be drafted. As we saw,
yeah,
that Georgia team was pretty talented.
yeah,
But
they're a talented Georgia team, man. So
yeah,
let me see. Let me pull up some of this stuff, man. We got 45 minutes. If it's a 7 round pick, man. Let me share this real quick. Let's watch some Zamir White while we're just chilling here. And pull this
sounds
up.
good. I'm interested to see. So if you got some clips,
Okay.
let's see. What pick are we at? 205. Tracker. I don't even remember where the Raiders are picking anymore. I think like 239 is that next one.
Mm-hmm.
All these damn trades.
So, okay, nice. Some Zamir White here. Let's just hope this is a run play.
Well, if it's a highlighted, I feel like it's got to be a pretty good chance, right?
Right. You would think. I don't know. You know how some of these cut, they got lazy with these cut ups, man. They really did. So we got this. What is this? Inside. This is inside zone, right? So there's a linebacker. Hold on, let me see. Let me go back. Let me see what his tight end is. Oh, he's going the opposite. So this is duo.
Let's see.
Right. Duo, right? Open towards the A gap, opposite A gap of the tight end. All right, here we go. I said he can't create, then he creates. Why I show up? What?
Then then makes guy miss in the hole to pick up, turn a positive into a negative, or a negative into a positive.
It doesn't happen that much, all right, guys. All right. All right. But I mean, see, let's watch it one more time, right? I mean, this is more about blocking than anything, right? Because this guy gets blown up, the tight end. Does a good job right there. But then, like, you see right here, to me, I feel like you got to keep coming out here and kind of
You gotta bounce it.
spread
Yeah,
this
I was
out.
gonna say,
You got to bounce that, right? And
yeah.
maybe, and that guy 33 kind of,
He runs into the tackle.
right, and then ends up running into the tackle.
Yeah, he goes into the teeth of the defense instead of bouncing it out.
Or yeah, like trying to bounce that out and try to like maybe stiff arm somebody.
And I feel like he got go back a little bit.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Go back to the all 22 view, right where you're at. like watch. He's reading 10, and I feel like he sees 10 full out, so that's why he tries to cut back. But he'd be
Hmm.
better off bouncing it and giving himself more space to make that guy miss rather than trying to make a miss in a phone booth where now he's playing to 10's advantage instead of
Exactly. So like if he
bouncing it.
comes out like right here, like it just goes. I feel
Yeah,
like makes that decision right now. He could have got at least like five or some yards
yeah,
outside. You know.
yeah. Or he ends up taking up on the DB one-on-one instead of the linebacker, and or
Exactly.
instead of not even he doesn't even end up taking a linebacker one-on-one. He gets 2-on-1.
This is
Second
a
level
pass.
vision.
This is a pass. Second and 10. Georgia passing on first down was something you don't see that much. Oh, another pass. JT Daniels was terrible. I don't know. I don't know why people wanted him to play so much. He was so bad in this game.
I mean, because Stenson Bennett, I mean,
Yeah, I
just
guess.
didn't make mistakes. But
All right, that's a good pass block right there from him. So we're talking about pass blocking. So let's
let's
check
see, I
this one
miss
out.
it. Let's see.
Get a better angle on this one. That's that. All right, come across the other side. It's a good block, man.
Oh yeah, right there, right pad level.
Mm-hmm. It's a good
Understands the
block.
play too. Knows ball's coming out. He can take a risk.
Mm-hmm. Boom. Good block right there, dude. All right. Can we get a run? Why is Georgia passing this much? What is going on?
Well, because look, Clemson's
Here
got
you go.
what, 8 guys in the box.
Yeah, but this is what you talk about. He's a bruiser, right? Yeah, he
Yeah,
got 8 guys in the box. Well, that's why, man.
this is true.
I would
My
too.
fault. I guess we should like that. I guess it's only 7.
All right, here we go. We got 7 in the box, which is in the box according to the analytics guys now these days. So this is inside zone too, isn't it? Kind of, or no, this is mid zone
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
mid zone, right?
He's going towards the guard. Yeah, he's going. His aiming points the B gap.
Right there, and there's the hole. Let's see what he does here. Good job, good vision right here, right?
Nice.
So,
I
so
like that. Yeah.
this is interesting, right? Because I mean, Mario Gooders is right here. I mean, do you attack the corner here, or do you come
I'd
inside?
I'd cut it right on the what's his 70, that guard that's working up to 17. Try to cut it
Yeah,
there
yeah,
and
cut it
see if
back.
you
Okay.
if you have the agility to do it. That'd be the ideal. But he's gonna just put his shoulder down.
Yeah, he's just boop boop. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't hate that. Know how you're built. Know how you're
yeah,
built. Get the extra 5.
yeah. Self awareness, right?
Yeah,
But this is what I'm talking about. Like he's not really the kind of make your miss type of dynamic back,
yeah,
right? He's just kind of straightforward, good offensive line, and a bruiser, really,
yeah,
right? Because you would say maybe he could be tackled here, right? I mean, there's 2 guys, 47's got him,
yeah.
25. He's about to hit him, and he just says no and runs through those arm tackles, runs through that one.
Love the forward lean too.
Yeah.
He's falling forward.
So I mean, I think it's one of those guys when it's cold, right? It's cold outside. He's gonna make you feel like by the fourth quarter that you don't want to tackle him anymore.
Yeah, in the Las Vegas Dome.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, I mean, we gotta go to Kansas City or something, man. You
Gotta
never
go
know.
there you go. There you go. Kansas City and Denver.
Yeah, there you go. Here's one. All right, so I mean, his guard's getting blown up here, right? He does a good
Yeah.
job kind of bouncing out, right? But this
Hmm.
is what I'm talking about.
You got to
I
make
want
that
you to
guy
make this
miss
guy
right
miss,
here. Yeah. Because look
right?
at is that Sailor that just got picked? That's pancaking this dude right here. You want to cut off that? Yeah.
Good lord,
This is one you got to make miss. You got to
right?
reward that
You
offensive
gotta make
lineman right
47
there.
miss, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't.
I mean, I will say, I mean, that wasn't a great move because of a great effort, but
Yeah,
that the dude, what's the guy's name? Is it something
47.
Polish?
Yeah,
But he's like their it's like Sawarski or whatever. He's their sure tackler. He was their guy at linebacker. But
yeah,
again, yeah, I'd like to see a little bit better than just an inside cut. That I
yeah.
mean,
You know what I mean?
I feel like you or I could just grab the legs and go and bring him down. I
Yeah.
say that, and then I'd probably get trucked. So
I
I'd say that, and then I take that back. I'd say that he'd see me and just go straight through my chest. So
I used to play corner, man. I'm still
he's not
blocking,
trying to
bro.
blame. Yeah,
I'm
he's
still
not trying to
watching.
cut.
I got my hands on my guy watching.
Yeah,
All right, here we go. Another one. So this is what, split zone? Hold on, let me bring it back. Yeah, split zone. 12 personnel. Little split zone here.
Split inside zone.
Let's see where he goes. So what I like about him though is that you mentioned earlier is that he's a second. He has good vision of the second level. He likes to
Mm-hmm.
manipulate these guys, right? Which is a sign of a good running back, in my opinion. But then he fumbled, right? Because he wanted to take on 42 straight. 42 won
Yeah.
that rep. This is a serious
And
tackle,
again,
right?
I'd
Because
like to see him press that point. I mean, I feel like if he presses the point a little bit more, that linebacker doesn't just jump right to the
exactly.
B gap,
Mm-hmm.
or the C gap.
Yeah, right. Because you go
Meet
back.
him in the
Because
hole.
what you're talking about is,
Press the line.
yeah, like because you're basically like right. You see him. Right, he's right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to kind of press this line so he commits and then cut
Yeah.
back.
One more
Yeah, I
step.
feel you. Which I think he tried to do actually. If you watch it, he tried to do that. But this is what I'm talking about. Just more the jump cuts and being right. 'Cause I think he tried to, but I think 42 was
Yeah.
just a
I
great play by
mean,
42.
he didn't pause it again right where you're just at.
Okay,
On
hold
his
on.
jump cut, watch, he doesn't even clearly guard. He just doesn't have that much agility.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna jump cut and he's gonna go right behind the guard or the tackle.
See, because he is trying to press the line. He's trying to get
Yeah.
42 to come here. He is.
Yeah.
It's just, it just wasn't good enough. Boom. I don't know who 42 is, man, but
that was a thump.
that was wow. All right.
That was old school bite the football.
That was like
fumble.
Because it probably caught Zamir White off guard. He's probably never been hit like that in a minute. He fumbled. He's like, "Oh, what the hell?" All right, let's get to that. Let's see him pass pro a little bit. Let's do get a pass pro a little bit. We'll get a toss here. Just a good run right here. But that's sometimes like not being able to create, right? Because he got some good blocking on this one, so
Yeah.
he has pretty good patience, right? So he's very patient here, right?
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Right, because right here it's perfectly blocked up, basically right here.
Yeah.
And there you go. And he does a good job, make a little cut. He's hard to take down. First down.
Yeah, I will say he does seem pretty sudden with his cuts from what.
Yeah,
He might not cover a lot of ground, but he makes them changes the direction quickly.
Mm-hmm. Like it's weird because this is what I was talking about. His 40 time kind of caught me off guard. So there's a good jump cut, but he ran a 4.4.
Oh wow, shit.
I don't know if that was his pro day or if that was the combine. Because I don't remember him running 4.4 at the combine. I swear it was 4.53.
I'll look him up on RAS.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what I saw. I swear it was 4.53, but I saw 4.4 on Next Gen. But this is probably his best run so far. So let's check. What is this? So where's he opening it at? A little bit more mid zone, right? What was he opening? Well, yeah, this is outside.
That looks like outside zone to me.
Yeah, it's outside.
It looks like he's he's staring at the tackle.
100%. All right, so this is actually a great read an outside zone. So he presses it,
bounces it,
right? Yeah, he gets his linebacker and then he bounces it perfectly. Right, good job right there. Great tap.
That tight end, underneath the tight end's block.
That freshman tight end is ridiculous. Bad.
Shout out Napa, California, Nick Bowers. My bad.
Oh man. And this is a good job too, right? Right? Because I really thought if you watch this, if I go back, you would think that he might cut up right here.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, he's going to try and cut it up and just run through the arm tackle of 42, but he presses the point. Yeah, on the second level, sets it up. Boom, and then gets an even easier arm tackle to run through. That was a hell of a run.
Yeah, that was a great run.
I like a power back that can run outside zone is damn impressive because you get you know what I mean? Like you get to control when you get to come downhill versus like a linebacker that's just coming down straight downhill on an inside run. You can get the momentum on your favor if you're going to run somebody over.
But this is what I'm talking about, making people miss. People like talk about creating. Like he's got 18, man. You run it. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's like the good to great kind of deal. Like Like, let's make
Yeah,
this 10 minutes
exactly.
to take this to the house. Although
Yeah,
Andrew Booth with the there getting there, but
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I
Like,
feel
but
you.
that's what I mean. Like, if from the good to great, like it, because I feel like Isaiah Spiller, that guy's not talking. He's not tackling Isaiah Spiller in the open
All
field.
right, so
That's
I'm
kind
gonna
of
say,
the difference. Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say pulled up Zamir White's RAS
Okay.
from the combine. And this might be from his 40. It doesn't matter, but I'll read you the comps for him, and I think Raider fans are gonna really love this one. We're gonna dip into the vault here. Edgerrin
Okay.
James for one, pretty good
Okay.
comp. DeMarco Murray, Amon Green, shout out to the Packers back in the day with Brett Favre, Joseph Adai, and then the
Wow.
last one. This is one that Raider fans are really gonna love. Justin Fargas. Justin
Wow.
Fargas had a 10, a perfect RAS score. I had no idea about that. That is off. That is hilarious. All like two, or I guess only one Hall of Famer, but like three guys or four guys that I think led the NFL in rushing at one point, or at least were up there. And Justin Fargas. But hey, 9.82 RAS score for Zamir White. Like you
Wow.
said, 4.440. 1.5, 10-yard split.
Yeah, because that's the big thing for they're bigger on 10-yard splits than they are on 40 times. So
Gotcha.
so he had the size. You have to have a 1 yard. You have to have a 10-yard split under 1.6, and yeah, so he fit all that, and then just add that he has a 4.4. So
Gotcha.
yeah, so I
Although
don't
what
know
we were
where I
talking
read
about,
those scores, but
what I was talking about too, not great agility, did not participate in the 3-cone and the short shuttle.
it's hey, that's smart.
Wonder why.
I wonder why. But this is a good run too. I just watched this one. It's another little pin pull sweep. It was a good like the vision and then the explosion.
And I like to like you back it up a little bit. You can see
36
in like
felt
what
that.
you're
Look at
talking
you see
about.
36. You
Yeah.
see 36 felt that one. You felt it. Ugh, 36.
I
Oh
like to
yeah,
back it up a little bit where you were back that play up, like right about where he reaches the numbers. He's going to slow down a little bit too to set up those second level blocks too. What you're talking
yeah,
about, be a little patient, like right
yeah, and
about
then put
there.
some burst.
Yeah, yeah.
Attitude.
That 36 is not like that.
No,
He probably hasn't been hit that hard in his
I think
life.
he's on the field next play. So, oh, Daniels is terrible. I
Dude,
don't know.
Justin Fargas had a 1.47 10-yard split.
Wow. What round did he go? What round did they take him? I always liked
Late.
Vargas. That was like one of my favorite players when the Raiders were terrible. He's like the only good
He,
player.
was he a 1,000-yard back at one point?
I think so. Yeah, yeah, man.
Fargas was a third-round pick, a little bit higher than I realized.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he
His
2007, 1,000 yards.
his dad always cracked me up because he's a exploitation movies. You already know like the Dolomites and stuff like that. His dad was
Gotcha.
part of those movies.
Gotcha.
That's why. uh, get some more white here. No, they're passing again. It's saying like it's almost 14 minutes. We've been through most of this, and we haven't even seen. We've seen like what 5, 7 runs.
Yeah. Well, again, he wasn't the guy at Georgia.
Yeah,
There he is. He ran a route.
I know. What was that? What is he doing?
JC Daniels.
What is he looking at?
I mean, dude, he's on school number 3. What do you expect?
I remember watching the play. I was like, bro, there's two guys there, and they wear orange. Like they don't wear. Interesting. All right.
Orange
Yeah.
is close to
There's our first
red
route.
though.
Let's watch the route. This is our first route here. Not really. Yeah. It's not really nothing there.
That was a route that a guy who knows he's not getting the ball runs.
100%. Right. All right. Let's watch this one.
West Virginia. That's where he went. I was trying to remember where JC Daniels transferred to, and then West Virginia.
So this is power, right? Because I guess pull
Or counter. We got 2
counter,
pullers.
yeah. See, I think he's pressing us too much. You got to come right out here, bro, behind these guys. Get on this dude. But he allows 11 to kind of get up on him. I don't think he read that very well. What do you think about that?
I'll go back. Sorry.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that is tough. Who's supposed to block him? What happened? Oh, I mean,
because they're letting him go,
it,
right? So,
no, because I think the center just misses block.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
I don't know why they double team the
Oh,
backside
that's
end.
yeah, the center. Yeah.
The center just whiffs. So it's
What is
tough
this?
when you get the ball and like there's already a 300-pound dude right in your face. But
Yeah, he's probably not expecting. He's probably expecting
yeah,
that guy to block him too. That's a
yeah.
good. That's a good point.
Go back up to the pre-snap look too. Yeah, and he's trying to hit it in the because they have a gap in what like the C gap on the weak side
Mm-hmm.
where they like, don't have a linebacker with the linebacker in there. They have the half advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably trying to hit that outside too, and then all of a sudden his center leaves him out to dry.
Who is he blocking? He just wrong assignment. Yeah, 63. Wrong
Yeah,
assignment.
I don't know. That's one where I just remember like getting like my like grades or whatever back from like the coaching after they blocked the film, and I would think that my coach would just leave like a question mark. Like
Yeah.
I can't help you here. I don't know what you're trying to do.
I don't know what the hell you're doing there. Let's watch this. Watch one more here. Got some.
By the way, the Steelers just took the Hayward brother.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they've got the
The
Watt
Steelers are
brothers.
they're doing a lot
They've
of
got the Watt
hometown
brothers,
stuff.
the Hayward brothers, and now they had the Edmonds brothers at one point.
See this one is like too much love for contact, in my opinion. I don't know what you might think about this one,
Yeah,
Matt,
a
because I
little.
feel like why go against 10 when you have Mario Goodrich right here?
Yeah, I'd probably bounce that again
Yeah, or but
because
he
he's
wants. Go
at the
ahead.
very least. I probably want to split those two guys.
Yep, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Like
but
try to split
he's
him. Like
very clearly, yeah, yeah,
but he wants 10.
yeah. He wants to put his shoulder in a linebacker and run him over.
Yeah, and I don't think that you can't have that mentality all the time. And one in the NFL, that's how you get hurt. I mean, that's what Josh Jacobs used to try to do, and then he found out
Yeah,
he couldn't do that in the NFL, and then your shoulder goes out.
yeah,
And then you
yeah.
don't
You
get.
want to
Then you're not.
clip the side of people. You don't want to clip
Mm-hmm.
the middle of people.
Exactly. You're 100% correct. All right, let's make this the last one. All right, more inside zone here. That's a good run. That's good vision right there. That's a good run.
Nice little step to make
Yeah.
sure that tackle can't get to him.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the shoulders down. He knows. That's what I like too. He knows when it's inside zone or just an inside run. He knows what he's in there to do. He's just putting his shoulders down. He's gonna go pick up those few yards.
Yeah,
But he
yeah,
could be a short yardage guy.
yeah. Yeah. So what'd you think of that? What you just watching that? Like, what do you think? Since I know you
I
never
mean,
watched it before.
like you kind of said, I don't know. I don't know. Like you kind of talking about too. Like I'd like to see a guy that can make somebody miss a little bit more to be the feature back. But for what I think the knowing what the Patriots like to do with their running backs, where they're never gonna have a feature back. Or I don't think that's
Yeah,
the plan moving forward. Like he could be a good guy that's again similar to what role he had is being that guy that can be that downhill change of pace guy, maybe punish a little bit, has at least enough speed and enough versatility to not be the guy that like, okay, when we know this guys in the game, we know what they're running. You know, we saw him win outside runs and saw him win on inside runs. Just biggest thing is got to figure out how to make people miss to have a long lasting career in the NFL. Especially, I mean, if you're going to run that style, like you got to be bigger than 215.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
that is
thing
the one
too.
thing.
So,
Yeah,
because that's what I'm talking about, like with Josh Jacobs, because Josh Jacobs used to do the same thing. I mean, especially you remember like the Packers game. We were all hype. He's running guys over and making guys fall over, and then he's going 60 yards, right? But
yeah,
instead of just trying to get tackled, he decides he wants to put a shoulder into somebody,
yeah.
and then he gets hurt, and he's hurt for the rest of the year. And that kind of the Raiders had a little bit of momentum riding him that year,
Yeah,
and
that was like his breakout game and like the game that he like got hurt or like ended up caught like taking a step back too because of the injury, if I remember correctly.
exactly. And
Yeah.
it was because of that. Because I mean, I remember that he's running and he seeked out that guy and put his shoulder into him. He didn't have to do that, and he got
I
hurt.
know we love to hate on it, but in the NFL, you got to make business decisions.
You got to, man.
Like you'll never find a running back coach that will say like, "Hey, like instead of getting the extra couple yards, like let's just go out of bounds." But sometimes, so if you get the first down, sometimes
Yeah,
the
sometimes
extra couple
it's all
yards
right.
aren't quite worth it.
Or you have a 60-yard run, man. Like you don't have to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that was his
Move the
style.
ball
That
60 yards. Yeah,
And
I
he
mean,
doesn't
yeah,
run like that anymore now. He tries to be Barry Sanders because I think he understands that I can't do that. But
yeah,
you're not Barry either, so it's hard for him. That's the hard part. So
yeah.
all right, we got any questions in here, man? Going for an hour. Are we in seventh round yet?
Uh, no, there's still like 10-ish picks. Looking at it,
I don't know how
day
much longer.
three is a marathon for sure.
It is a
Can't
marathon.
sprint.
I don't know. You got anything else, Matt? I don't know how much longer we can go here.
I ain't got too much else. Too much.
All right, all right.
I feel like you covered it all.
Yeah, I think we did good. I think we covered. I mean, the seventh round picks, we're gonna figure out who they are. I'm sure we'll do more shows on that
Yeah.
coming
You
up.
want to? I mean, we could do this. We could up to you. We could after the seventh, since what 250 is the last seventh. You want to hop back on and see if it's go over those guys a little bit too. See if we
Yeah, we can do that.
figure out.
Do a
Come
quick
back.
one. You can do a quick one.
Take a little break, a little lunch break.
Lunch break for sure. All right, guys. Like I said, we appreciate you guys always coming in. We got 235 today. Really love that. Really love you guys coming in. Hope you guys saw a little bit of Zamir White, kind of get you a little idea of what he is going to bring to the table. Really like that. Probably when we come back, maybe I'll do some near Farrell because that's what BD was going to do. But I think he's having a little issues right now. So, um, I love Neil Farrell, so I would love to break that down,
Yeah,
and I would love to get
big
Matt's
fan.
thoughts on that because Matt's the D line guy, and I like doing D line. He played D line, so it works out pretty well. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, we'll be back after 250, and then we'll let you guys we'll talk about that. See what we want to do. All right. See you
All right.
guys. We're out.
See you guys.